Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
What's good, everyone? Welcome to another Live Wire Sports Media Update. Now, as you know, it didn't take long for Dijonai Mustard Carrington, Edward Scissorhands, Freddy Cougar, however you want to put her, to basically start again. Different league, same Dijonai. Yeah. So we already know how Dijonai is. She can't. Her game doesn't translate to me. Her game doesn't translate. All she has is her little chase down blocks to make her look like she's a great defender. She's been, she was with Connecticut. She rolled the bench for a little bit here and there, and finally got into the starting lineup. We done seen her antics before on Rival Start, out there with a taxi driver, causing trouble with a taxi driver, and it's crazy because the WNBA seems like they don't want to step in and do anything to her. She's like, what? I mean, for all the sense of purposes that we jump all over Kennedy Carter, we need to be giving her the same smoke. I mean, a lot of the same smoke. It's like she and then she cries wolf every time or something pretty much doesn't go her way. So my thing is this here. I just think that Dijonai, to me, she's becoming one of the least favorite players I like in the league. I don't care for her. I think she's not a great basketball player. I think she's dirty. She's a dirty player. She doesn't know how to play the game of basketball. I don't even see how she made it through Stanford as a player. We already know who she is from her girlfriend, Nalissa Smith, who played for the Indiana Fever, who would eventually no longer will be with the Indiana Fever, hopefully. But at the same time, you have to really realize that Dijonai Carrington is not a good player. And her latest antic in Rival goes to show you why this girl is not a good player. She can't score. She's not great on the offense. She can't make a layup. All she wants to do is chase down people and foul them and hurt people. She doesn't try to make a cohesive basketball play where you play sound defense. She got to slap, hit, foul people, and just to be dirty. You know what I'm saying? And the latest victim is Kate Martin. We already know Kate Martin, who's friends with Caitlin Clark. So for any sense of purposes, let me roll the footage and show you what I'm talking about.
That's what they're missing in order for them to close this gap. Just had a foul to give, Carrington.
Now, why would you slap that hard? Why you would try to poke the ball out? It's like you not trying to make a play. You're just trying to be physically dirty. You know what I'm saying? Just physically dirty. And then you act like because the referee called a foul on you, you're sitting there looking like, oh, I can't believe I got called a foul. But look at you. You know what I'm saying? It's like these man, I don't even want to waste too much time talking about her because Purposely, she's not a good basketball player. She's not. I I don't see her, to me, like I don't see her like contributing to a team. She barely, like that one game before the end of the season when Connecticut lost to Indiana, and she called herself trying to go blow for blow with Caitlin Clark to shoot a three, and Caitlin Clark came back down and almost broke her ankles and put a three in her face and just went back down the court like it did nothing. She thinks that, oh well, and then all the little claim to fame that she had early in the season against Caitlin Clark, you know, kind of like put her on the map because that's how she got her name. She started doing that little seatbelt thing, talking about seatbelt season. But she was getting, if you really look at everything she had during the season, she was getting dragged. Remember, if anybody remember, early in the season before Marina Mabrey got into it with her, when Chicago and Connecticut, and her and Marina Mabrey got into it early in the season. And Marina Mabrey don't back down for nobody. She'll talk her trash. Whether she could back it up or not, but she talks her trash. And I do believe that Marina had cursed her out, but now they teammates, so they're supposed to be all cool. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that Alyssa Thomas and all of them over there, to me, I feel like they kind of bully Marina Mabrey a little bit, but her attitude fits in that style over there anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, but nevertheless, if anybody who has watched Dijonai's game could pretty much tell that she's not a good ball player. She'll foul you more than anything else. And trust me, I just cannot wait till the season start when Caitlin Clark really put work on her, really embarrass her, put work on her for real. She thinks that she's the Caitlin Clark stopper. That's what she thinks she is. She thinks she's a Caitlin Clark stopper. Now she thinks she's a Kate Martin stopper. When Kate Martin literally drug her in Unrivaled the other night. Drug her. And then here's the other play that she did against Kate Martin. Her and Aaliyah Edwards on this chase down.
This now 2 for 13 from the floor. As Martin up ahead. Dijonai with the chase down. But she's caught for a foul. She had a chase down block in the first quarter of the opener on Friday.
She did, and listen, Dijonai Carrington felt like she got fouled on the other end.
You see that? She jumped up to block the ball. She didn't get in the range to block the ball. She just swatted down, hammered down on her. And now a lot of people gonna sit there and say, "Oh, well, she was making a basketball play. There's nothing wrong with that." Personally, if you gotta come back way back here to block a shot, or you could have just ran and jumped straight up and try to swat the ball like this, like that. You ain't gotta go way back to do like that. When you block down like that, you literally flagrant and fouling a person. Now, they call a common foul. I don't know if they have flagrant foul rules in Unrivaled or not. I just, I don't know. But for Dijonai Carrington, she's awful, man. She's awful. She can't make layups. She's not a great three-point shooter. Yeah, she runs up and down the floor because she really can't play defense. She can't stay in front of nobody. People watch her game. She gets torched a lot. Her mismatch comes over people that she's a little bit quicker than or whatever. But like I said, later in the season, you saw Caitlin Clark got used to her style of play. And now that Caitlin Clark has put on a little bit of muscle, a little bit of strength, she's going to body Dijonai. Dijonai don't have no only thing Dijonai has to do is foul. That's what she has is fouling. She fouls a lot. She doesn't really play sound defense. You could play defense without fouling, but Dijonai doesn't do that. She sets out to hurt a person. She sets out to hurt. Now she's taken upon herself to do it against Kate Martin. And then, like, at one point of the game, Kate Martin stole the ball from her and left her in the dust. And then she just jogged back up there, and Kate Martin pull up a three on her and hit. So the thing about it is that Dijonai is she's not a good player. I mean, like I said, her and Kennedy Carter is probably the most not likable person in the W right now. And that's why I say, like, me personally, I wish the Fever do pick up somebody like an Aerial Powers, who she has that dog in her, man. And she will go to toe with somebody like Dijonai. She'll get up in Dijonai face. She'll get up in Marina Maybe face. That's the kind of people we need in the Fever. We don't need quiet people. You know, we had quiet people last year. You know, yeah, Timmy, she stood up a little bit later. Leah Boston, she kind of quiet. She ain't gonna really do nothing. Lexi Hall, quiet. She ain't gonna really do nothing. Caitlin she's gonna talk her trash. Kelsey, she ain't gonna really say something unless somebody provoke her. Dantas, she not gonna say nothing. Vivian, we need dogs on this team, you know what I'm saying, that's going to really, like, bark back. Caitlin can't be the only one barking back, to be honest with you. She can't be the only one barking back. You know what I'm saying? We need people to bark back at, like a Dijonai, like a Marina Mabry, like a Kennedy Carter, some people like that. You know what I'm saying? We need, because if you look at it, you don't have most of the other teams really don't do all the barking too much. They just play. But you got these little knucklehead players in the league that act like, I could say for all sense of purpose, act like they shit don't stink. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, it's just that you really have to figure out, the league has to figure out how they're going to handle this, because I could tell you this, going into next season, I don't see Stephanie White allowing none of this foolishness go on, especially when it comes pertaining to Caitlin Clark or none of her other players. I think the Fever players are going to be a little bit more thorough this year. And I'm going to show you the play from last year where Dijonai poked Caitlin Clark in the eye, and a lot of people kept saying it was not intentional. And again, I'm going to reiterate it again. It was intentional, because you do not go up and angle your fingers down into somebody's face. You did it deliberately to hurt her. You did it deliberately. So whoever says that, I don't want to hear it. That was intentional, because when I was younger, my cousin, I was shooting a 3-point shot. My cousin, he didn't go to block my shot like this. He threw his elbow in the way, and his elbow caught me in the eye. So that was intentional. That was not a basketball move. And what Dijonai did wasn't a basketball move.
With no whistle. Now there's nothing Indiana.
Well, I know there's another version of it, but like I say, she went up and then she angled her hand out and poked her in the eye. And Caitlin Clark had a black eye from it. But like I said, in it, all sense of purpose, man, being honest, I do not like Dijonai Carrington. I'm sorry. I'm going to just say it straight up. I do not like her. I just don't think she's good for a game of basketball. She's not great at all. I think she just I don't think she's not good at all. Here's Dijonai. This is her stats for the 2024 season. She was only averaging 12 points a game. 12 points. 5 rebounds. 1.5 assists. 1.5 steals. For her to supposed to be a defensive player, and you not even Caitlin Clark was averaging more steals than that. She only averaging 1.6 steals a game. 1.6 steals a game. For you to be a defensive person, that's all the steals you getting for the whole season. You don't assist. You only averaging 5 rebounds. Caitlin Clark was averaging more rebounds than her. Hell, I think Lexi Hall averaged more points than her last year. She only averages under almost 13 points a game. So you do not. What do you contribute to your team? The highest points total she had in a game was 22 points. That's it. She had 12 rebounds, and that was the first game of that was the last game of the season. Wow. And then in the playoffs, against the Fever, she only had 10 points, 4 boards. The first game she had 14 points in the playoffs. The game that they lost against the Fever, she had 19 points in that game. That's the game where her and she was trying to go score for score with Clark. And Clark set the rookie record against him in there. Mitchell, like I said, Lexi Hall 17 in that game. Caitlin had 19 in that game. Kelsey Mitchell had that. So, what are we talking about when we talking about her? Caitlin was averaging almost 6 rebounds a game, more rebounds than her. This girl ain't good, man. She's not good at all. She's not good at all. I mean, and she's a guard, a 5'11" guard. Come on, man. She's whack, man. Me personally, I wouldn't even. She would come off the bench. She would never start for me. She'd come off the bench because she doesn't contribute much. She doesn't contribute nowhere. But the little bit of defense that she plays, she fouls a lot. She fouls. So, but anyway, man. Dijonai Carrington, she's not good, man. She's not good at all. And I just want to put that out there. She's not good. She's a dirty player, pretty much off the rip. She's a dirty player. She's going to continue to play dirty. She's going to try to hurt people. You already see she tried to hurt Caitlin Clark. You already see now she's trying to hurt Kate Martin. She doesn't do that to get against anybody else in our rival. Nobody else that she plays against. She don't play like that. We know why. She played like that against that, like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I hate to see what she'll do to Lexi, you know, when they play against each other. I'm telling you, she has a problem. Dijonai Carrington has a problem. We already, like I said, we already seen her antics outside of this over the off season with the taxi driver. And I wish that taxi driver sues her. But she's not a good player. I would never. Me, if I was a coach, she would continue to come off the bench until she proved her game. Because you know, like the Rock will always say, her game absolutely sucks. Because like all she does is foul. All she does is try to hurt people. She doesn't try to play the game of basketball the right way. She doesn't try to better her game, to make her game better, to be a real contributor to a team. She think that just chasing down blocks and getting little blocks is like, oh, she locking somebody down. Come on, man. I done seen many times when Caitlin has played against her, and I'm talking about the last two games. I mean, I'm talking the first two games. The last two games when they played against each other. Caitlin drives so hard and she puts on the brakes so quick. I done seen Dijonai fly away. And like I said, this season is going to be really rough. And honestly, she shouldn't even be playing with fingernails like that in the game. In the game, they should make sure that their hands be manicured before they play a game. If you're going to put on nails, you need to do it on your days off or whatever the case might be. But having those nails on your hand coming into the game, I don't see how you play with them like that. Don't even see it. But anyway, this is Live Watch Sports Media for another pitiful report on, I would say pitiful report. I was just being sarcastic. Don't mind me. But yeah, man, this is Live Watch Sports Media. Hit that like button every time I drop a hardcore video to you. Until the next episode, I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.